What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today's video, I wanted to go ahead and put this together because I think it's just insane that Infinity Ward has been able to push me to a point that I never thought I would, ever get to. I have been a hardcore 6v6 guy when it comes to Call of Duty for ages now. For ages. Ever since Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. Obviously, I started off with Call of Duty 2, the big red one, but Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was my first multiplayer experience, and that was the game that got me hooked to this overall franchise, got me obsessed, in love with the franchise. And ever since that point, I've just been addicted, obsessed with 6v6 arcade multiplayer, at least out of, specifically, like I said, Call of Duty. And, of course, I would branch off and still try other stuff. I played other FPS games, and you see a ton of it on this channel alone as well. But what game do I always gravitate back to? COD, right? Always. But these developers have somehow, someway, been able to take something that has been always ingrained into my soul, honestly, and absolutely ruin it. And not just ruin it for me, but ruin it for everybody else. And they have pushed me to a point where I can't believe I'm saying this. The majority of my enjoyment right now is coming out of Warzone. I never thought in a million years I would end up saying those words because I am not a Warzone type of guy. You guys know this. I enjoy BR. I used to, at least. Used to play a ton of it back in PUBG. That's actually where I got a ton of my love for Battle Royales, was PUBG. I loved it. And there's nothing wrong with Battle Royales. Battle Royales are fun. It's a lot of thought process behind Battle Royales. This is one of the main reasons why I enjoyed PUBG so much back in the day. Learning zone placement, where to set yourself up on the map, how to rotate the zones, what type of loot that you need for certain scenarios, for certain zones, what type of loot that you should actually hold on to, communicating with your teammates to know who's holding what, and how you should actually navigate certain zones. There's so many factors and BRs that just make it, when you do get to the end game and you win, there's just so much going on that it gives you that rush. It gives you that enjoyment factor. So, trust me, I don't despise Battle Royales, and I understand where people enjoy it out of, Call of Duty, but when I still hop in Call of Duty, I get they want to branch out, but I still want to play what made me enjoy COD since day one. I don't want to have to play something else that is just, not COD in order to get enjoyment out of the franchise that I know and love. But finally, they have absolutely done it to me. They have pushed me to the edge, and it sucks. Every day I try to come out and bring something great within Call of Duty. There's so much content that could potentially be made. The potential for content when it comes to Call of Duty is absolutely insane, especially back in the day. And it's non-existent current date. Non-existent. Nothing to talk about, nothing to do, nothing to create. Content creation isn't just about finding topics. It's content creation, right? Creation is in the name. We're creating stuff here. We're supposed to be creative. But what is there? What is there to be creative about when the developers show absolutely no passion and no love for the game that we, the community, are passionate about as well? And truthfully, that right there is what it boils down to. Nothing else. Nothing more. The passion behind 6v6. Because when you go into something like Warzone or Resurgence, yes, I will admit that Warzone 2 had a horrible start. It did. It had a really rough start, especially if you played a ton of Warzone 1. For me personally, I didn't really notice too many of the differences because, of course, I always came to Call of Duty for 6v6, so I didn't really play too much of Warzone 1, even though I did. I played it, but I didn't play that much that I was obsessed. And when Warzone 2 came out, it didn't really faze me that much. But you could tell the passion behind the developers when it comes to Warzone, just by simply how much effort they put into patching it, fixing bugs and glitches, improvements, balance changes, meta changes, content, all of the above. Every last bit of their priorities are lined up for Warzone. And a lot of the blame is always from Activision. We always want to put the blame on Activision for this one, which they are to blame because I'm assuming that they're pushing Warzone heavily. But still, regardless if they're pushing Warzone or not pushing Warzone, both 6v6 and Warzone get new content, which means that behind the scenes at these development teams, they have to put out some creativity. They're being creative to make new things, introduce new things. And you could just tell by the additions that they add into 6v6 and the additions that they add into Warzone that over half of their creative, minds are definitely directed more towards a battle royale experience. When you as a player hop into Call of Duty and you play 6v6 and 6v6 is the main thing that you want to do, you don't feel anything from the development team. You don't feel anything from the game, Even back in the day, let's rewind back to Modern Warfare 2, right? That game got barely any updates because of the lawsuit that, the OG Infinity Ward got in with Activision. So it had basically no updates, right? But you could still go back and play that game right now, current day, and you could feel the passion behind that project. It's one of the main reasons why tons of people are going back and playing these OG games more than the current Call of Duty games, and they're able to last 10 times longer on those games because they are games that were made with love. When they put it together, they wanted to put together a genuine product that was made for their community. And you could feel that in every last ounce of that game. Fast forward to now, it's the reason why I've been pried off of 6v6 when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. Because when you play the both of them, I feel like I'm a part of a community when I play Warzone compared to when I play 6v6 where I feel like there is no community. There is no love behind it. 6v6 is a camo grinding game mode now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to camo grind, if you want to grind out some quick challenges, whatever, you go to 6v6 and then you go back over to Warzone. You don't go to 6v6 to enjoy your time with your friends. You don't go to 6v6 to get your Call of Duty experience, your Call of Duty fix. You don't go to 6v6 for any other enjoyment factor besides to do those simple grinds. Warzone is where the community is at. Warzone's where the love is at. Warzone is where the passion's at. And it doesn't have to be that way. There's absolutely no need for it to be that way in any way, shape, or form. But that's simply how the direction of Call of Duty is going. And it hurts. Again, it blows my mind, but I had to put this video together because I've been really trying to push through with it. But after playing a consistent amount of, Resurgence and Warzone and stuff like that, and seeing all the improvements with my own eyes, seeing everything be done, seeing the love, seeing how fast and quick the developers are when something gets broken within Warzone or Resurgence compared to 6v6, where if half the things break in the game, you're going to be waiting months on end. Not even, you probably will never see them be fixed in 6v6. Yet, everything is so quick, so instant. You feel like you are in a live service. I hate the live service era, but if we have to live in the live service era, this is what you want. You want communication. You want things to happen right off the bat. You want, things to be resolved right away. And you experience those things when it comes to Warzone. It's so sad. It's absolutely depressing, especially being a hardcore fan. But I will tell you this. Sledgehammer is talking a very big game when it comes to Modern Warfare 3. They are. Especially when it comes to the red dots on the minimap and the ninja, all of these things being rearranged. They're talking up a very big game. But no matter what they change, it doesn't matter what they change, what they resolve. They could do everything that the community is asking from them. But if there is not passion behind the next project, when it comes to 6v6, there will not be a single chance of that game succeeding. It doesn't matter what they bring in. It doesn't matter that it's all good Modern Warfare 2 OG maps. It doesn't matter if it's red dots. It doesn't matter if it's ninja or dead silence. It doesn't matter anything. If the game doesn't feel like it has a love from the people who are making the product, it will flop. People really underestimate this when it comes to anything that involves art. Whether it's content creation, musicians, game development, making actual art itself. This field requires passion. It does. It has to have passion, because if it doesn't have passion, the consumers aren't going to be interested in it. So when it comes to games, yes, believe it or not, it should be obvious, but some people still don't see it. Believe it or not, in games, if the developers aren't passionate about what they're making, it doesn't matter how much they change, the game is still going to, turn out to be crap. They can hype it up in any way they want. They can fix anything they want. But if they don't care about the fixes, if they aren't passionate about the changes, if they're not happy or, in a good zone with what they're making here, the game will fail. And everybody's going to go right back over to Warzone. And I'm not going to lie to you either. If that's what has to be done, then I'll probably end up playing Resurgence. I don't really care for Warzone too much, I've kind of fell off of the traditional BR ways. But Resurgence gives me a little bit of that fix. It gives me Warzone with the Call of Duty aspects more. I feel like Resurgence should be the main battle royale for Call of Duty. I really do think so because it's the perfect twist. It really is the perfect twist. But I hope that isn't the case. I hope that Sledgehammer is passionate. I hope they care. I hope they love their game. Because I will gladly play it if that's the case. Who wouldn't? We all talk our smack, but we only talk our smack to see a better Call of Duty game. And if that's what they're going to go ahead and produce, trust me, along with tons of other individuals, will gladly go ahead and play it. But it's easy to tell when passion isn't in a project, and people aren't stupid, and they will notice it right out the gates. And I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. But I guess only time will tell when it comes to what Sledgehammer is going to go ahead and produce. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, and by all means, if you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell. We post every single day here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And of course, last but not least, we do stream daily, besides Sundays over on Kick. So, of course, if you guys want to check that out, I have a link to that channel, along with all my other socials down in the description of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.